Hello, welcome back to Gold Rush. I'm Hitman82. So today we're doing a bit of an update today. As you can see, it's coming up on morning now. So we're gonna do some digging while I yak about stuffs and things, such as there's a new beta patch come out for Gold Rush. So it's gonna be kind of tough to discuss that while I'm digging, but I shall do the best I can. Um, the big thing is the workers have been totally redone, and repairs, what is it, version 2 has come out. So the repairs, they're adding a whole bunch more stuff to be repaired, and then the workers have totally changed. Instead of a passive gold, you get to pick the equipment your workers will use, and then that will determine what the bonus is of the workers. So let me see here. I'll just pull over to this. I'll stop for a second so I can look at it. I've got a page open up here on the other screen. So they are, you can only have 10 workers per parcel, and they don't generate the passive income. They give boosts to different activities, which I'll go into in a minute. Let me see. They oh, well, you can tier up the workers, so I guess you could make them better. I haven't used the beta yet, so I'm just reading this off. I assume a bunch of you who are maybe watching this, you maybe aren't looking at the what's coming, so I'm just giving you a heads up. Bulk upgrades boost. So if you have more than 5 workers specializing in, say, vehicles or wash plants, you get another special boost. Magnetite separator no longer loses its contents. Okay. I hadn't noticed that, but that's a fix if you had problems with the magnetite separator losing gold in it. Or, oh, okay. That's probably, when you're filling that up and your bucket hits 100% full of gold, you lose the rest, so maybe it just stops working and you can swap with the bucket. That'd be nice. But as it is, if you can get around that just by doing a single bucket at a time, which is how I do it, so that won't really affect. So the repairs and the workers, those are really the big things in this patch. The repairs will have things like, for instance, the duplex jigs down there. Use them down here. I'll show you briefly those big orange things right there. Those now have 3 parts: a pump, rubber, I assume gaskets, or else a buffer, or not buffering, what's it called? Dampener. Like rubber pieces that would dampen the vibration. Or the engine. Those are the 3 parts you would repair in that. And then the other ones, like the shaker, there'll be springs that you have to replace, that sort of thing. Let me see here. The workers is really what I'll go into here as soon as I can get this bucket full. I am digging and reading in the other screen, so I'm surprised I haven't run into anything yet. So I have to be careful going by here. You see how I just went sideways? There's that little spot see how it pushes the machine, and then I'm going too fast backwards here. We'll do it again. Oh, didn't do it that time. But anyway, it can rocket me into the air and stuff, so I just stick to that, the right side as I go back up. Anyway, I'll have to scroll down here. I don't know how that's going to work. I'll try that while recording, but I may have to cut it out. I'm going to scroll down so I can read the employee parts. So I shall do that in a moment. Or the workers, I mean. Okay, I'll pause it and I'll bring that up. Okay, so the workers. Initially, the most important thing. Well, actually, I was going to say the hog pan. You can boost the hog pan performance, but chances are you won't be able to afford a worker till you're already done with the hog pans. I don't know. But anyway, you can speed up. It says it increases the hog pan for performance when you add a worker to it. So I assume that means the speed. So your first worker gives you 25% faster refining speed once you're when you dump the dirt into the hog pan. So I don't see that as a big bonus. When you add a second worker, see, I'm not sure, is that adding a second worker, or if it's upgrading the tier of the worker. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but it'll increase further past the 25%. The more either workers you put on it, or the higher the tier of the worker. So that remains to be seen. Maybe somebody who's played the beta already can comment on that. I didn't go with the beta because I don't want to mess up this series. Okay, the sluice box, the Hogpan sluice box. Initially, the one I just talked about is the actual, the Hogpan, either pump or no pump. So the actual sluice box, they'll auto swap the mats, so you don't have to change the mats so often. That's kind of neat. So that means you can keep going longer before you have to do your clean out. Let me see here, just get back going here. Once I get going up the hill, stay to this edge or you go flying. The mobile wash plant, that'll be probably the first part anyone would really be using the workers. That one, it'll auto swap buckets nearby, and then as you get a higher tier, I guess. I'm just going to assume that's what it is because it says T1, T2, T3. So the mobile wash plant, when you get to the next tier, it does minus 20% malfunction rate. So I guess that means just your wash plant won't break down as often. And then when you get to the third tier, which appears to be the top tier, you have only half the chance, or no, not half the chance. You have half the chance of it auto repairing to 30% on failure. So maybe it would fix. Half the time it might just fix itself, but it's only going to go to 30%, so it's going to break again. So eventually, you might get a little bit longer before breakdowns, I guess. I'm just looking here at the shakers and trommels and all that stuff. It's all just auto swapping mats or boosting performance or reducing the breakdown rates and that auto repair. I can't see the vehicles on the current screen, but they do on the vehicles. You get like a 20%, the first tier, I think a 20% boost to cycle speed. Whoops! Oh, my wash plant ran out of power. That is, you know what? That hasn't happened to me. It's because I'm yakking, but that's not happened to me. This is the first time. Oh well. Hopefully I didn't lose too much dirt. Okay, well we'll fuel this one first because that'll get the lower part running. There we go. Wow. Get babbling and not paying attention. So on the vehicles, not good. Well, at least I didn't lose too much dirt, I don't think. On the vehicles, yeah, so you get a faster cycle speed, and by cycle speed I mean, the hydraulic cycle speed. So you see the speed I'm raising and lower this bucket, it'll go faster. So that'll be handy. Also, I think I'm just going by memory here. I think as you get higher tiers, you'll maybe use less fuel, or that might be one of the boosts. Can't remember which. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of neat changes coming, and I'm not sure when that patch will come out. I can't imagine it'll be very long. So I think that means I'll be able to use workers. They're disabled in hard mode currently, but I'm hoping when they add those workers, they'll be available in hard mode. Because if they're not, I'll have to decide if I want to keep going hard mode or switch so that I can use, the workers. Yeah, we'll think about that. That's a pretty significant new part of the game, so I want to do it one way or another. I yacked before about cheating to speed things along here. There was a suggestion I enabled the nuggets, but when I do that, it'll switch back to normal mode, any of the changes I make, which would mean then the gold yield would be different, and basically it would not be hard mode anymore. And since the title of the series is hard mode, then we're gonna keep going with the hard mode. Alas, because it would be kind of neat to find some nuggets here and there. It would happen. I saw in the series they'd find nuggets, so anyway, oh well. Yeah, they're loading here. So yeah, 100 trips approximately. That's a lot of trips up this hill. So when I turn here, I'll show you where I've been digging lately. So you see the slope going from left to right. up from the top there. So I dug there a ways just till I got the end of it down low enough that I could dig straight through without caving in from the bottom. See? So I kind of dug this out. Gold yield was about, I'm getting under 30 ounces for a clean out, which is not the greatest. I considered getting the drill, because you can drill the whole claim and know where everything is, and then just sell the drill again. I mean, we still have to rebuy it when we get to another parcel to drill again. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But buying a mining drill, we'd have to spend 50,000 on the slot, the upgrade slot, which we're gonna have to do anyway. And then we'd get the drill, and that's 200,000. And so if I got the drill, used it, and surveyed all the blocks, all the squares, and then I could sell the drill for 100,000. So it basically would cost me 100,000 to drill every box in this whole claim, and then I would know where the gold is. So 100,000, well, it'd be 150. Yeah, well, I was gonna say 150,000, but that 50 will go towards, like for the upgrade, would go towards getting the what do you call it, the conveyor and the dump truck and the excavator going. To think on that some more, because knowing where the gold was would help. There are certainly parts here that, with my current wash plant setup, is not that profitable to process. Like over there on that corner that you can just see in the screen now, I got 8 ounces out of there last time I dug, and that's a, an hour and a half of work, or hour of work, and I got 8 ounces. So that was, I don't know how much fuel I used. I would have filled up probably once or twice. So yeah, that means it would cost maybe $1,000 worth of fuel, and I get 8 ounces back, of which then I have to pay a third of that for rent. So now we're down to, like, I don't know, what's that, 5.5 ounces minus fuel. So we're not making any money really. So I want to avoid those parts. So that's why I've been kind of processing as I go, so I can keep track of the gold yield. Because if I get a low yield somewhere, I'll be digging elsewhere, because I don't really want that right now. I need the cash. Well, for $100,000, we could find out everything on this claim. Now the thing is, when I say 100,000, we could get the drill and do the whole parcel, and then just put the drill back in storage, so that we don't have to pay the upgrade price when we go to use something else. And it's just the transport cost. Think about that a bit too. Basically, then it's 200,000 to find out where all the gold is on this plot, on this claim. Well, let me know what you think about that. I know we kind of already yacked about what to spend the money on, but things change, right? Buying the claim. Oops. We could always. Oh boy, I sure would like to head over to Pine Valley. Maybe somebody will buy it for me. Well, better fill up the fuel or I'll run out on this too. Can't believe I did that. That is really, that's the first time since I set up this wash plant. That's the first time I remember running out of fuel on that. I wonder with the repairs, volume 2, part 2 they call it, if those generators will be damaged. The fuel filters have to be fixed or whatever, because they are using diesel. I don't know. Okay, let's fuel this thing up. Grab the fuel. We've got the fuel now. There we go. That won't take long to fill up. Yeah, so mainly today I wanted to make sure I touch base with you about. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to put my timer on. Derp. Oh, my timer, it's still in with my kit that I went out on my boat yesterday for another trip out to test our stabilizers that we added, and what else? We put in some guides on the trailer so that when we recover the boat from the water, it helps guide it up onto the proper spot on the trailer. and added a depth sounder. So we were testing all that stuff, and so we went. I couldn't believe we had a trip planned to go to another island near us, and we were there in like 10 minutes, and we planned it would take probably 30 minutes or so. So the boat's running pretty well right now. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And we were going along and suddenly could see rocks underwater there. So we slowed down, and sure enough, the we were in about 10 feet of water. We knew it was shallow already, but it was high tide, so we weren't really worried. But it was something to be looking out, and then suddenly, oh, I can see rocks under us. So we slowed down and checked the depth sounder again, because at full speed you can't really get a reading, because it's the sensor is right at the stern of the boat, and it sticks down into the water. So once you're going fast, it can't get a reading. Let's see, we'll clean up the floor here, so to speak. So yeah, I want to give you kind of an idea of how I've been digging as well, and where. Basically going along now and digging out all this area that I dug with the excavator before. Okay, so as soon as it starts to smear the ground, then I know it's possibly destroying dirt, so that's when I stop. And past that little spot. So if I go over a little bit more where that neck's down there, that's why I left that corner in there. It's just to kind of show me where that is. I know to stay to the side, and I haven't had any problems since. So if you're having that problem, you're driving with the loader and you're hitting some area that shoots into space, just avoid that spot. I was tempted to just dump some crappy dirt on it, go over that corner where I had a bad yield, and get a bucket full or two. Suppose we could try that. Anyway, and make kind of a hump right across where the problem is, and then when I'm driving up over, maybe it won't shoot me into space. Let's see, is it gonna... yeah, see, it kind of bumped me there a little bit. So I don't know if we added some dirt there, if it would just kind of cover that bump and then it wouldn't be a problem anymore. I do not know. I suppose it's something we could try out. See, I don't want to hit the bottom here because I don't want to cave that in, so I have to raise this up. There we go. Yeah, it's starting to smear it, so whoa. Now, in real life, I would not do this way. You see how I'm driving with the bucket up? It makes the machine really tippy, but on this, the cycle speed is so slow for raising this bucket that I just do it this way. And it's not like I'm making any really radical turns or anything, except right here. There we go. Probably would have ruined the front of the machine, or else I guess I'm only hitting wood, so I don't care about that, but running into that thing when I pull up to get close to unload the bucket into the shaker, well, I'm sure it wouldn't be very good for the front loader to keep doing that. Let's knock this down some more. See, I can't quite reach it because of this down here down on the floor, so to speak. See how slow this cycle time is? Oh, it'd be so nice to put a worker on this to increase that speed 20%. It would make a big difference, I think. Oops, start to smear. Don't want that. Okay. So as far as I know, I'm getting, I'm not wrecking gold there. I'm doing it the way it was designed to do, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why it does it, but anyway, I think I'm doing it the right way. So I got that one clean out that was 40 ounces, and have not even come close to that since. I haven't even gotten over 30 ounces since. And I dug that area all around there. It's gone. That was, here, I'll show you when I drive back down here. Right down here, let's see, if you look above the bucket right now, it was that area right there that's gone, that I'm driving straight towards. Right down in here, this was 40 ounces. But when I took the next load out of here, it was back down to under 30, so I decided to keep going over here and finish cleaning this out. See over in here, all this area, that's where I dug with the excavator before. And then when I get the excavator, I'll be able to put the dump truck down here and sit on the top of the excavator and just dump down into the hole into the into the dump truck. Is the plan. Oh, come on, we'll get past that. Here we go. Just a little bit here. I gotta try and scoop out of here. If I wreck a little bit, oh well. Sometimes that's what you have to do to be able to dig some more. Alright, well I think I'm going to wrap this up for today. And probably ended up a little bit shorter. Like I said, I forgot my timer like a derp, but so it's probably about 20-25 minutes, so it'll just have to be good enough. So, what are we at on this one? 71%, so still got some digging to go. Oh, I didn't mention, maybe you've already looked, but my money, I'm at 150,000 and I've got 92 more ounces of gold. Rent's already paid on all that gold. So my next rent will be from processing what I'm filling up right now. So that's about maybe $110,000. By the time it's all been processed, 110,000 I would guess. So we could actually get the drill right now, but yeah, I don't know. I suppose if we did that and then found where the good gold was, with this machine now, I've used it enough that I can just go to anywhere up above there and start digging in a ramp and be able to dig and drive straight into the hole. Because well, you can see that other ramp I made, it was nice and smooth and wasn't bouncing all over the place. Here, I'll just turn the view here and show that to you. See right here up on the slope behind me, you can see where I cut in, and it's not very smooth here right at the very end. It's just because I was digging down right at that, but the rest of it's pretty smooth, so I could do that to dig down into a hole where the good gold was. I have to think on that some more. I wonder when this patch is coming out. I wonder. No point in asking, they'll just say when it comes out, so yeah, don't bother asking. When's the patch coming out? When it comes out. But when is that? When it comes out. But, oh, just give it up. It'll be here when it's here. Alright, well, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed what you saw and you're interested in learning more about the upgrades, there is in the Steam discussions, if you go to Gold Rush's Steam page and then go to the discussions, there's a one there called Open Beta Update, and then it has the number 1.4 point whatever it was, Repairs Part 2 and Reworked Workers. That's the thread I've been kind of reading from. So if you're interested in it, that's available and you can see more. So I will see you next time. Thank you, and send some comments my way if you feel like it. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.